Hello and welcome to a speed run of the mid-year freakout book tag, which yes, it is September, and I'm supposed to be talking about the first half of the year, 9 months through the year. I'm really excited to do this because I've had a really fantastic reading year, and I just kind of want to sum it up in a video and see how it's shaken out so far. This tag was originally created by Read Like Wildfire and Earl Grey Books on BookTube, so thanks to them for that. Right into it, the first question is the best book that I've read so far this year, which for me is hands down Beach Read by Emily Henry. It's a romance book, but it's more than a romance book. It's a romance book that tackles really real human emotions. It's a book that I really connected to. How many more times can I say really is the real question? I love the characters. The plot is brilliant. The banter is brilliant. This book is fantastic, and it won't be leaving my mind anytime soon. And I probably will talk about it several more times in this video alone. The next question is favorite sequel that I read so far this year, which for me, shocker, is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I unironically enjoy Sarah J. Maas's books, and at the same time, totally buy into every single joke made about her writing and think that they're hilarious. So yeah, is this book fantasy smut at this point? Yes. Do I read it and enjoy it? Yes. Arguably, this book is a bit long and has quite a few unnecessary scenes, but I enjoyed it all the way through. So yeah, quality. The next question is a new release that came out this year that I haven't read yet and I'm excited to. And for that one, my answer is Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo, because I read King of Scars earlier this year and really enjoyed it. My hope is that the plot lines kind of connect more in this one, and hopefully I fall in the camp of people who enjoyed it, because I know that there are definitely mixed reviews for it, as there are for every kind of finale to a series. But yeah, I'm hoping to really love it. The next question is the most anticipated release that I have for the second half of the year, which there aren't that many that are really sticking out to me right now, but I will say Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, because I read The House in the Cerulean Sea earlier this year and really enjoyed it. However, I know that TJ Klune has a formidable backlist. Like, he's written a lot of books before The House in the Cerulean Sea, so I don't really see myself going straight either way. I don't know if I really want to dive into his backlist anytime soon, or if I want to just continue on with his future books. Kind of conflicted on that, but we'll see what the future holds for me. The next question is biggest disappointment, which was the first book that I read this year for me, which is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I just didn't enjoy it. It was too long. I found it repetitive. I didn't really connect with the characters. I thought a lot of the relationships and the events were kind of cheesy, a little bit too corny for me. I didn't like how Lady Midnight ended, and this book didn't do anything to change that for me. The next question is the biggest surprise of this year, which for me was Stolen Songbird by Danielle L. Jensen. I adore this series. I have fallen headfirst into it. If you had told me at the beginning of the year that I was going to be in love with a YA fantasy series about trolls, I might have been a little, doubtful of that, but here we are. I love this troll series. I've read the first 2 books in the trilogy, and I'm very excited to continue with the third one. I love Cecile as a protagonist. I think she is so logical, and all of her decisions and thought processes are kind of like laid out for you on the page, which I find very satisfying. Although some people on Goodreads disagree with me and think that she is an irrational thinker and makes very rash decisions, but I don't know how they think that, because I thought she was super practical. I thought she was so practical, and I thought that she really thought everything through, but to each their own, I guess. The next question is my favorite new to me author that I have read so far this year, and for me that is Toni Morrison. I recommend Toni Morrison to everybody now, because I just can't imagine someone reading her books and not falling in love with her writing, because she is always doing something new to the genre. She's always flipping with it, twisting it, and doing something unique that gives a new vigor to her writing, which all around centers on the Black experience. I have loved every single one of her books that I've read so far, my favorite being Song of Solomon at this point. The next question is the favorite love story that I've read this year. And for me, that's People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This video is definitely just a fangirl moment for Emily Henry, because love. While Beach Read is absolutely still my favorite book by her, People We Meet on Vacation, Poppy and Alex, their relationship, it is just supreme to me. It is the slow burn friends to lovers romance that you never know you were looking for until you read this book, and yeah, they're gonna stick in my heart forever. Definitely new OTP. This book will break you and tug at your heartstrings. and I would let it do it again and again and again. So yeah. The next 2 questions are your new favorite character that you've read this year and a book that made you cry this year. And for both of them, I'm going to return to Beach Read by Emily Henry, because January is absolutely my favorite new character because I connected with her. I really resonated with her view on escaping into happy endings when life seems like it's a tornado around you pretty much. And I think a lot of us can relate to that. And yeah, it made me cry before the 100-page mark because it was just really poignant. This book deals a lot with grief, and the way that it handles that grief is really, really special. I think that Emily Henry is probably coming from a lot of her own experiences with this, because the way that she wrote it, it's like she knows. She really knows. The next question is a book that made me happy on a very different note, and that is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This book is like eating a sugar cookie with a warm cup of tea. It will make you happy. It's about belonging. It's about found family and embracing your differences for how they make you special. And the writing is so direct, so sincere, and this is a beautiful book. Next is your favorite book to movie adaptation that you read so far this year. And this year the only one that I've read is Every Day by David Levithan, which I really enjoyed. It's a very good like reel of slices of life as the main character inhabits a different body every single day, so it's constantly moving and changing. And I definitely see how this would make a really, really good movie, but I haven't watched the movie. Next question is the most beautiful book that I bought this year. The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Self-explanatory. I mean, look, and look. And look. Easy. And the final question is, what are the books that I need to get to and read before the end of the year? For me, The Starless Sea, because for some reason it is intimidating me with its size, even though I know I'm gonna love it. And for the same reason, The Song of Achilles and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, because the hype surrounding these two is absolutely insurmountable, and I'm just so curious. I just have to know what it's about before the end of this year, or ASAP, I guess. And that's all for this video. I have had a really, really fantastic reading year so far, and I hope that you have too. And let's go read some more books. That's all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.